So Bad Piggies 2 has released on Android, which means that I was finally able to get an APK file of it to play it. And well, let's just say for all the hype that this game had, I'm kinda disappointed, not gonna lie. So Bad Piggies 2 is still not fully available to everyone worldwide. However, the soft launch version recently released on Android, which means that there is finally an APK file to play it, and well, I did play it. Honestly, I would have waited for the worldwide release of it, but I heard too much people saying how mid it was and how disappointing it was, so I kinda wanted to see it myself to get my own opinion on it. And well, let's just say after playing it for a while, I got a lot to say about it. Spoiler alert, it's more negative things than positive. This game was really a disappointment, I'm not even gonna lie. So without any filler, let's just get straight into it. Remember, these are my opinions, so don't get too mad, so let's go. So when you just start the game for the first time, you're gonna notice that there's more cutscenes and explanations to everything. Unlike the first BP game that just kinda threw you into the game and left you to figure out stuff on your own, this game just straight up has a tutorial for every little thing. Almost everything you do in this game has some sort of tutorial for it, which gets pretty annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Which is where my first complaint about this game comes. There's too much explanations. A lot of the times, mostly when you just download the game, you'll just be reading text that's explaining to you how to play the game, which doesn't really make that much sense if you think about it. I mean, most people playing this game have already played the first BP game, so they're already probably familiar with this type of gameplay. Also, the game tries way too hard to make itself more complicated than it has any right to be. Like, I can't just build stuff and complete a level like in the OG BP game. There's always some sort of step-by-step process that needs some sort of explanation for every little thing. When I just started playing the game, I'm not even gonna lie, I legit wanted to quit just because of how annoying and overly complicated it was trying to be with all these explanations and tutorials. There's no reason a simple game like Bad Piggies needs this much tutorials and details on how to play. I'm telling you, it's not that hard. In the OG game, everything is way more simple. You see items and build with it. That's it. There's no boring tutorial of characters telling you exactly how to use them, because the fun part of the game is supposed to be you figuring out how to use it on your own, or just having fun and using it in your own way. In the original game, there's way more freedom of what you can and can't do, compared to this game, where you're forced to do all these boring tutorials. Also, a bad part of this game that I really don't like is the energy system. I never understand why mobile game companies do this. Like, do you want me to play your game or not? During the tutorial, it isn't that bad because you start off with a good amount of it, but the more you play the game, the faster it drains down, and it just kinda frustrates me. Like, I'm trying to give your game a chance, but your goofy game design won't even let me play it. So why should I give you a positive review if I can't even play your game? Also, I'll quickly mention that in the original game, there's more creativity in the vehicles you can make compared to this. Like in this game, you're just kind of forced to make whatever vehicles they tell you to make, compared to the OG game, where you can quite literally make any vehicle you want. And this freedom in the first game just makes it way more fun to play compared to this one. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that in this game, there's less that you can do compared to the original game, where you have way more freedom to do whatever you want. A minor thing that I prefer in the OG game compared to this is the star system. This game doesn't really have a star system where you have to complete a certain task in the level to get an extra star. In this game, you just kinda go to the finish line and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. The levels really need more in them to make them overall more fun, in my opinion. The game in general is just overall very boring. There's nothing extra to do in these levels. No Easter eggs to get, no hidden secrets, nothing. Just get to the finish line and that's it. And it gets very repetitive. And now the controversial art style. I actually don't mind the movie designs. It's not that bad in the context of the game, and in the animated cutscenes, they look really good. However, what I don't like in this game is the 3D, cel-shaded look in the first place. The original 2D art style in the OG game worked way better because everything was more cartoony and vibrant. Everything in this game feels kinda dull. like it's all made out of Play-Doh. The animations aren't that bad, I guess, but they're just kinda stiff and don't have much energy compared to the original. The animations in the original game are just overall way more expressive. So yeah, that's a lot of negatives that I have with this game. However, I guess that the game isn't too terrible. Like, don't get me wrong, it's overall a disappointment because I had higher expectations for this, but there are a few good things that I like in this game. I like how the levels are just overall way bigger compared to the OG. Feels like there's more of a challenge with these bigger levels, which I like. Also, the animated cutscenes were a nice addition, and the soundtrack goes pretty hard, I guess. I mean, for an Angry Birds game, that's kinda expected, or for a game that Rovio makes, the soundtrack always goes hard, so that's not too much of a surprise, but it's still solid. In conclusion, this game is just kind of a disappointment. Being honest, I don't really see myself playing this game again just for fun. It's a decent game on its own, I guess, but as a sequel to arguably one of the best mobile games out there, then yeah, it's pretty mid. I mean, it's just a soft launch at the end of the day, so hopefully Rovio improves on it for the final worldwide release, but I'm just kind of disappointed in this. For all the people who plan on playing this game, I just say lower your expectations like a lot, cause you're gonna be disappointed just like me. So for my Bro016 game rank, I'd give it a light 4.9 out of 10. But yeah, like and sub for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, but now that we got Bad Piggies 2, I think we need AB Stella too. Like, come on bro, what's taking so long?